bad is the other camera? Hey. Alright. Once again, as soon as I start to try to play, this happens. I'm going to be able to play this. So, this is the first time I've ever played this game without actually using the Joy-Cons on the machine. And I know that when I've used wireless Joy-Cons before, sometimes I feel like I suffer from lag just a little bit. So hopefully it's not too bad. And then also, as I kind of explained on Twitter as well, you know, one of the things is when you watch high-level play like Wombotais and all these other guys playing, they're probably doing a lot of T-spin stuff. And I don't want people necessarily to believe that that's the only way you can win in this, that you can do it through just pure speed. So that's kind of what I want to do. I just kind of want to play through pure speed because I haven't done a lot of the T-spin stuff. I'm not good at the T-spin improvising. But let's see how well I can do here with just a Joy-Con like this. Oh, Jesus. Really? Right, aren't you snuggly right here? BR mode, or can I play SP? What does that mean exactly? It's gonna be hard to play with this cat hanging all over me here. So I'm gonna have to get used to this control scheme like this. Boy, this game feels and sounds really weird because this is the first time I've ever played it, whoops, like this. So I'm playing pure speed is all I'm doing here. Obviously, there's very many different ways to play this, and this is the way that I've chosen to play. Is nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Ay-ya-ya. And so I've been having a lot of execution errors, and there we see the first one that I've had. But one of the things that's key to... Jesus Christ! Alright. Not a good start. Not a good start. So a couple of things that I'm gonna have to remember. So one of the things that every time I play this, one of the reasons I end up losing a lot is because I forget to change targeting modes, which is very important. So if you're not changing your targeting modes, you're actually really hindering yourself in this game. I don't know how it got to attackers. I didn't mean to have it set to attackers. I meant to have it set to KOs. And so, this is weird because, okay, there you go. Now I usually set it to badges at this point. Badges. We don't need no stinking badges. But the crazy part about this is right now is that playing like this right now is actually hurting my hand a little. It's as if this Pro Controller Joy-Con setup here is not very good. the reason why I have to switch over to Joy-Cons, I mean to badges, is because you basically want badges. Like that's the whole goal of this. Is just to, you need the badges to win, because the badges are basically key to doing damage. Otherwise, you basically do no damage to people at all whatsoever. And there's a lot of this game which is about knowing how to clear junk too. That's another major facet of playing this. If you're not good at clearing junk, you're just gonna end up dying really badly. So you have to be particularly keen on how to clear junk. So like right now, this is a bad situation because I need to clear out that space right there finally. So now I need a long piece. So this is not good because I'm just basically turtling on a long piece, but I should be okay. So that was good. You saw right there that I got a bunch of badges from killing somebody. So that's good. That's key. Without those badges, you can't really do anything. So again, I'm playing on pure speed as opposed to doing anything crazy with like T-spins and stuff like that. This is just the way that I've been playing this right now. So I need to get into that hole right there, which is a problem because I am not getting the right pieces for this right now. I couldn't get it all the way over there, that's a problem. So I am in big trouble here because yeah, I am not getting the right pieces at all right now. The funny thing is that if I were one player, I would be fine right now. I would be fine right there. I'd have been able to get through there, but worrying about other like people sending junk and stuff like that is a problem. So yeah, I definitely did not get a good sequence of pieces to clear that out, unfortunately. But a lot of times, like I said, it really just depends on the badges. Because like sometimes you're just playing and all of a sudden junk just comes in and you die. And there's nothing you can actually do about it. Because the way that that building up badges basically kills you. But I'm starting to wonder right... Jesus Christ. This is what I mean by the execution errors that I've been having. I have not had this many execution errors before, and I'm not sure what is causing this right now. And somebody mentioned that... See? Like, I tried to rotate right there, and it didn't rotate for some reason. Now, someone mentioned that they felt like that was a latency problem on this particular version of the game, and they just kept, and this is something that they're running into, but I don't know if that's actually the case or not. So I don't know if it's me or if it's just this. One thing that I can tell you right now is that, like I said, I don't really like playing on this Joy-Con, on this Pro Controller thing. Not Pro Controller, but this little attachment thing for the Joy-Cons. I don't really like this right now. It actually makes my hands get a little sore when I'm playing this, interestingly enough. So that's something I'm gonna have to figure out at some point. If there's another... What? These things are literally sitting in the charger the whole entire time. How could they be low battery right now? Oh boy, this is really odd. They've just been sitting in the charger. They haven't moved out of the charger at all. How could they be low battery at this point? I am super confused by this. That's another thing too, is that this game has that little thing where you get that little bit of delay whenever like junk gets sent to you, and sometimes it can throw you off. And there, right there. Sometimes I forget to do that right there, where I just switch to targets. And when I forget to do that a lot of the times, and if I'm not going after badges, I end up dying pretty badly towards the end. You really kind of have to make sure you go for the badges. So I remember that time. And I try to use the music change as my cue of when it's time for me to actually change it. Sometimes I just forget though. That's good right there. You heard all those badges come in. That's a good sign. That's a great sign right there. 2 KOs with lots of badge noises is a good thing. Ah, see, there's that weird, there was a slight, like, I don't want to call it lag, but like I definitely felt my piece just stop moving all of a sudden, which was very weird. Luckily it wasn't too harmful and I should be good to go, but of course we're still early because it's still 16 people left right now. So I did say minimal T-spins, but you know, if I still have the opportunity for it, I will still T-spin if I can. But I'm doing the easy T-spins. Yeah, I'm really not worried about that row down there because I'm still able to get Tetrises. And that junk is going to get cleared up. So, but every time I try to go for a T-spin, like I've said this in the past before, every time I try to go for a T-spin, for some reason, the T-piece is like way far away from coming up. But I need to do some cleaning now, so I'm going to do that real quick. That's good this way. Let's do this, let's do that. Tetris. Can't do anything about that. this, 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 this. Oh, that's not good. That's a bad situation there because I set that up. There we go. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. So good there. Alright, so basically I'm starting all over from scratch here. Yeah, see? Right there again. The rotation didn't happen. It's weird. Like, I know, see right there, I hit rotate as well and it didn't rotate. Fortunately, I noticed before it actually bit me in the ass. But see, knowing how to clean up is like such an instrumental skill to have, because even when you do get into those situations, you can get yourself out of them. And if you don't know how to clean up in this game, you're just going to die a miserable, miserable death. So and usually when I get to this phase of the game, I just play mostly survival until I can actually get an easy Tetris, basically. Yeah, the second place person, if he only had 1 kill mark, then he's done. Then there's basically nothing that he's gonna be able to do, because I had way more badges than he did. So there you go. Well, Temujin, I already won this, so you're gonna have to subscribe now. So again, it's interesting because even when it's going that fast, like my there you go, Temujin, thank you. Appreciated. Oh yeah. My volume or the game volume? Oh, shout outs to Objection Network too. Okay, hang on a second. I gotta. Oh, battery. All right, I gotta do something. Hang on a second. I gotta do something really quick. After this game, because it's too late to quit or so I always start at KOs because I want some KOs to start. And let's just do something fun here, just to show you that I can do this. What the hell just happened? Never mind. I'm abandoning this now because I fucked up already, which was really sad. I was gonna do some 4-wide, but I fucked it up instantaneously. So much for my ability to show off. Again, a lot of what I'm doing here really is about expert cleaning. Like I said, cleaning your playfield is so important. If you can't clean your playfield, you're basically dead. Now, how do you practice cleaning your playfield? That's just something that you get used to after a while, and that's a bad situation right here. So I had no choice really there. And again, I'm not hearing any beep, 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 beep. So as long as I'm not hearing that, I'm not really worried about someone sending junk to me just yet, especially this early in the game, because one of the things that you'll notice, and it's a really cool system the way they have it set up in this game, is that when you actually have junk lined up, it doesn't come at you right away. Not only that, but if you keep combos going, if you clear lines constantly, the junk never gets sent. As long as you clear a line, the junk cannot be sent, no matter how ready it's going to be sent, no matter how glowing red it's going to be. If you clear a line, it's not going to send junk. This is kind of new to this version of Tetris, and I really like that system. So basically what that means is that no matter what, if I can score combos, I will never get junk sent to me. And that's kind of a neat system. Whoops! God! Alright, brain fart right there. So now it's time for cleaning, but switch to badges. Switch to badges. But again, nobody's targeting me. Not a lot of people have targeted me so far, so I've been relatively safe so far. I've been relatively scot-free, so I can play pretty casual right now. I haven't had any reason to be in any sort of panic mode just yet, because nobody has really targeted me yet. So even though, like I said, this is getting to this like, oh my god, this is, see how the junk is not being sent to me? And that's because as long as I keep clearing a line, you saw right there that I was clearing a line with each piece that I drop. And as long as I do that, junk will not be sent to me. And if that's the case, I can actually clear out a lot of incoming junk that way. And again, like I said, I really like that system because it's like a new way to fight junk being sent to you that I really, really like. So it's not about getting the combos so that you are countering junk with your junk. It's just a rule built into the game that junk will not be sent to you unless you are not sending a line that time. And like I said, it's kind of a neat system. I really approve of that. Whoever thought of that, bravo to them, because I think that's cool. Now, it might be like that in another version of Tetris, and I'm just unaware of that, and maybe it's already been like that in another version. I'll check the chat in just a little bit, but it's hard to play and look at chat at the same time. But what I like about this is that because this is standard Tetris, this is my wheelhouse Tetris, right? So this is just speed Tetris, getting Tetrises. This is just about getting Tetrises and being fast. What's nice about that is that this is my wheelhouse. This is the Tetris that I've learned, okay? So that's good. Oh, that was a good ding right there. That was good. So the reason why I can play Tetris like this and talk at the same time and seemingly do okay is because this is my wheelhouse Tetris. This is how I've learned Tetris. This is the way that I've always preferred playing Tetris. Oops, I messed up there. This is how I've always preferred playing Tetris. Kyobi in the chat knows this. I've talked to him about it many times, that there are different kinds of Tetris. And this kind of Tetris is what I basically prefer playing. Whoops. That wasn't good. And so as a result, I can play fast and talk at the same time and still be able to concentrate like that. So, and again, it's because this is my wheelhouse of Tetris. This is the kind of Tetris that I'm expert at, which is speed Tetris. Shout outs to Kite Music. Just making sure that I have the controllers. So let's see. Hello. There we go. Let's see what happens if I actually play back and forth. Turn up voice by like 10% and turn the game down. Oh, so the game is too loud and I'm too quiet. That's very interesting because my volume level is high. So I'll lower that just a little bit. So the strategy to the game and how the right stick works is that it changes what you're targeting. And there's 4 options for targeting. There's random, there's KO, there's attackers, and there is badges. So one of the things is that you get a badge for every time you kill somebody. So if you can manage to KO somebody, and I assume that just means they die while you're targeting them, right? If they die while you're targeting them, then you get a badge. If they die by themselves when no one's targeting them, I'm not sure how that works exactly. I don't know the details, but badges are important. When you get badges, that makes the junk that you send more potent, more buff. So if you're not getting badges, you die, right? So at the end game, if you're not collecting badges, you die. So what I do in this game is that I start by going to KOs. I'm trying to pick off easy pickings, people who are not as good at the game. So I set it to KO, and I think that just means you target people whose stack is really high. So that's the thing. So I'm targeting people whose stack is really high because I'm trying to kill people early on to get a few early badges. Once it gets to -50, I switch to targeting badges because I want to kill the other people who have lots of badges, because I don't want other people to have lots of badges. Now, obviously, the downside is if everybody targets the person who has a lot of badges, and I'm collecting a lot of badges, that means everyone's attacking me, and they're all sending the junk to me. Now, when you have a bunch of people who are actually targeting you, that's when you use attackers. If you have a lot of people who are targeting you and you set the right stick down to attack the attackers, you actually get a special buff that whenever you send junk to all of them. So you're actually fighting. So if somehow you get targeted by like 40-some people, like, so if I go to stats here, you'll actually see that at one point in time, I was targeted by 33 people at once. So if you get targeted by 33 people at once, you gotta go to attack, because then you're countering everybody's junk. But it's less effective if it's only like targeting 2 people, basically, like that. So dang, all these people jumping in here. Okay. Oh yeah, I finished Death Note. I can talk about that some other time. Now, my controller has a weird problem that it gets stuck on up. I didn't touch the controller at all, and it started scrolling up. But basically, that's just the idea of it. So basically, at the right stick, I go for easy pickings KO. When it gets to 50, I switch it. Shoutouts to Uber Automaton. I switch over to trying to kill people with badges, and if I get targeted by a lot of people, I automatically switch over to attackers. I never use random. There's just no point in using random at all. Yeah, my Joy-Cons are messed up. And so there's also 2 other ways to target. You can use the left stick to literally move a cursor and target a specific field on the screen, or if you're playing on the actual Switch, you can touch the screen and touch who you feel like killing. That, dude, no one knows how you can see any of that stuff, so forget it. So I'm just actually, oh, what's up, Mike Too Strong? Actually, if you're a good player, you want to get targeted because the biggest damage bonus is the attacker's bonus. Yeah. So sometimes when the game starts, I don't know why, but last night when I was playing, when the game started, I would automatically get targeted by 30 people. And so I'd be like, okay. And so I would just switch to attackers and murder like 5 people instantaneously and then just keep going. So, okay, but it's not happening to me right now. But see, I can actually use this controller to select who I want. But I'm just gonna go with this for now. And now I'm playing with the Joy-Con completely separated off of my hand right now. So this is gonna be weird. If I can do this. I'm trying this because, like I said, the last way when I was doing it actually felt like it was hurting my hand a little bit. So I'm gonna try this right now, which is just freeform floating Joy-Con right now. Now, when I play Tetris, I have very particular stacking philosophies. when you stack in this game, a lot of your stacking philosophy is gonna come from making sure that you watch the next pieces properly, right? Like that's normally a bad move that I just did there, but because I saw the J piece coming up, I knew it was gonna be okay. So you really have to be very mindful of the next pieces that's coming up. And it's funny, there's a joke tier list out there that came out that was like, what's the best pieces in Tetris? And they always put T really high tier. In my stacking philosophy, T pieces are actually kind of annoying sometimes. That is because I am not good at T spins. If I was good at T spins, then they would be great. They would be great, but like I said, for my stacking philosophy, they don't work out very well because my stacking philosophy, God! My stacking philosophy is very much this mindset of always creating spaces of 2 pieces wide. Wow, shoutouts to everybody subbing right here. Guess I should have been playing this all along, huh? Instead of that, you know, Street Fighter game. So my stacking philosophy. Oh, am I too strong? Look at you with the gift subs. Shoutouts to you, dude. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. I was wondering what the hell was going on. I was like, dude, all these people sub because I'm playing Tetris. Yeah, that's how it should be, to be honest with you, because Tetris is the best game ever. All right, switch over to that so I can attack everybody. And I'll describe to you what I mean by my stacking philosophy in a second of trying to do 2 spaces. Like I said, I've seen other high-level Tetris players, and some of them do use the same philosophy as I do. But my philosophy works more for speed Tetris than it does for T-spin Tetris. What I do recommend you guys doing, like if you're watching me play this and you're like, holy shit, James is a fucking god at this game. The answer is no, I am not. I'm actually pretty scrubby if you're comparing it to the highest level players out there. What I do recommend you guys do is you follow a guy named Wumbo Ties on Twitch. He streams every once in a while now. And that guy, if you want to see what Tetris is really all about at like the most ridiculous high levels and just kind of like freak out in terms of like, what the hell, how do you even play Tetris like this? Definitely give Wumbo Ties a follow, because the one thing that I don't want people to think is that I'm sitting here like, watch me play, I'm James Chen, I am the best at Tetris. Like, that is not, I don't want to give anybody that kind of feel. I know where I stand in Tetris. I know I'm good at Tetris, but I know I have a long way to go before I get anywhere close to the level that some of those other guys are playing at. So, you know, guys like Wumbo Ties, there's Alex Kerr, aka Kitaru, who's super good, and not only that, but probably one of the best Tetris teachers on the planet. He's really, really smart with the game. And that's not what I wanted to do. That was an execution error. So again, I'm making no claims that like I'm some sort of Tetris god here, because there are so many people out there who surpass me in terms of Tetris skills. And another thing too, while I play, yes, it's very easy. Shit, I got to this. It's very easy for me to ramble while I play, because it's just kind of like a train of thought kind of thing. And while it may look like I'm in trouble, just you know that this is not a bad situation by any stretch of the imagination. So a lot of times when the stack gets that high, it's really not even that scary, to be honest with you. So yeah, you see right there, no more stack, right? And ow! Cat clawing my... Oops, that was a mistake. Let's just clear here. I'm not comfortable right now, so I just want to clear the stack a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So that's fine. And a lot of times the junk that gets sent to you actually helps you in a way. Like you'll notice that that junk actually was very beneficial to me, right? So that actually helped me, and that happens a lot. And so sometimes it's not even that bad to have junk get sent to you. But again, you just saw a little setup that Jesus Christ almighty, in a handbasket, dude. Fuck my execution right now. I'm gonna go silent for just a little bit, just so I can clear myself out of here. Whoops, dyslexia, dyslexia! That actually happens to me every once in a while, which kind of adds to the weird mythos that I can actually do so well in this game, despite the fact that I have that dyslexia every once in a while, where I end up having the pieces mirrored the wrong way in my head. Uh-oh, this is a problem. I need that piece, yep, and then I can do that, and then I can do that, and then I can do that, no problem. Might as well set up a T-spin while I'm here. Oh, that's not good. I don't like that piece placement right there. So I can do that, that, no problem, no problem, no problem, this way, this way, this way, this way, I should be fine, So I should be able to clear out all that junk, no problem. And again, like, once the stack gets high like that, see, look, as long as I'm clearing lines, they're never gonna send any junk to me. And like I said, that's a really cool system in this game. But I am actually in a lot of trouble just by nature of the way the pieces are laid out right now. But I should be, as long as nobody sends junk to me, I should be fine, yes. So there we go, and then I do that, and then I do that, and I set that up. And a lot about Tetris is remaining calm. So like they've had stuff before where, you know, they've hooked up heart rate monitors, the players and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why it's kind of interesting in Tetris is because it really is about staying calm in this game. Damn it! Now, one of the things that's bad is I don't remember hearing a lot of during the course of my game. God damn it! Which basically means that I didn't actually get any badges. And by not getting badges, that means I'm not sending as much junk to the opponents as they are sending to me. So that's actually a deficit for me right now, and I just have to fight through this right now, which is not gonna be fun because that's gonna get sent. But I'm gonna be able to survive a little bit here. No! Okay, I killed myself right there. Yeah, somehow I didn't kill anybody. So I was just getting sent way too many. Oh, I lost a Tafo. Nice. That was Tafo that I was playing. Tafokins, the Smash player. Nice. But the problem is I didn't have any badges. Right, this game favors T-spins a lot more than Tetrises, but I'm not good at T-spins. That's the problem. I don't play T-spins very well, so I'm always just playing Tetrises, and that's it. And so because I didn't have any badges, but you saw right there how much of a difference it makes when you actually have badges or when you don't. Like, he was sending way more stuff to me than I was sending to him because of the badges situation. So right there is a good indication of why you actually need to get as many badges as you can. Because if you don't get them, then you just end up dying really badly. And you end up in kind of unwinnable situations like that. But again, you know, even just doing that right there kind of showed, you know, even as much of a downside I was in that match right there with the lack of badges, but I was still able to stay alive for a very, very long time. Which again is a good indication to you that no, you don't have to know T-spins and stuff like that to do well. And yes, you can actually play just by goddamn stupid delay on the thing. I swear to God, like I said, somebody mentioned that they felt like this was happening to them, that there was a weird lag in the rotation sometimes. But I kind of want to play without a lot of T-spins right now because I do want to kind of show people that you can play this way and it works, right? I don't want people to think that the only way you can be competitive in this game is by playing with T-spins and stuff like that, because that's kind of an annoying philosophy to have to believe in. Because see, it happened again. I could have swore I rotated that and there was no rotation there. It's so weird, but it happens consistently. It happens consistent enough that that I don't believe it's necessarily just imagining things. But again, hard to say unless there was a way to actually like test it. Switch to badges, so I need some badges. But again, I haven't heard a lot of beep 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 to my side yet. So that means I haven't actually been killing a lot of people, which means I'm in a bad situation in which I am going to be severely handicapped if that doesn't change anytime soon. Now, if that doesn't change anytime soon, I will try to do some fancier stuff, which is harder than T-spin setups. So I might not be proving much if I do that and am able to win, because then I'm just showing that I still need to learn some esoteric, super high level tactic that makes it so that I can win in a really bizarre way. But aha! That was good right there. I got the ding 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 ding, which is very important. But I didn't get that many. I didn't get as many as I'd like to have had. Oh, this is not a good setup. Oh, dyslexia. Dyslexia right there. I thought I had the other piece. Yeah, that happens to me a lot, and like I said, I'm actually amazed myself sometimes that I don't lose way more than I do because of that problem. Okay. Thanks for that piece right there. Sometimes the pieces come just right, and it just feels like everything falls into place perfectly. Sometimes you just get pieces that you're just like, why do the Tetris gods hate me so much? I'm nearing why do Tetris gods hate me so much status right here. That is a good sound right there. That is a good sound. That is the sound that I need to hear. That's also another interesting thing. It threw me off the first time I played this, that the speed up just happens, like without any warning. And so sometimes that can really screw you up if you're not ready for it all of a sudden, because you're just like, let me play all calm and stuff. And then all of a sudden the speed up happens and you're like, what the F just happened all of a sudden? So like I said, if your cleanup game is on point, very few situations are actually scary in terms of junk being sent to you to kill you. Really, the biggest danger is if you see junk being sent to you and your screen sucks at the time. That is the biggest danger. There definitely was an execution in there, somewhere. But otherwise, almost everything is manageable. Like this right now, no reason to be worried because no one's sending any junk to me right now. So it's almost impossible that I'll die in this situation right now, so long as no one sends any junk to me. And I say that knowing full well that I can probably commentator's curse myself at any point in time, because I'm just going to die because of all the junk that's sent to me. But again, I'm pretty confident in my own Tetris skills that it should be fine. So there you go. So okay, I'm going to go through down here. Two-eyed is a powerful technique on this Tetris. I would imagine so. Yeah. Tafelkins is really good. Tafelkins is really good. Like I said, that match right there, me and Tafel, the one that Tafel won, I just didn't get any badges. If we had even badges, I'm gonna do a flex here. If we had even badges, I think it would have been very different. The fact that I was able to keep up with him with so fewer badges, I think is kind of an indication that I could have kept up with him. So yeah, no, I'm just kidding. What's up, Meitner? I just want to flex a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Game volume up just a tad? No problem. There we go. Yeah, and like I said, it's interesting because if it wasn't for junk being sent to you, and you saw right there, there wasn't junk being sent to me, and the reason why is because I have all the badges. So actually targeting people with the targeting thing is very important in this game. You have to manage it. If you just leave it on random, or if you just leave it on KO, cattail. If you just leave it on those things, if you're not adjusting, so I'm trying to wait for the game that starts up and I get targeted by like 15 people, because that's happened a couple of times. But if you actually see that, happen, you'll actually get to see me set it to attack mode. What's funny about that, when you set it to attack mode and a bunch of people are aiming at you, what's actually weird about that is it actually blinds me sometimes. Where is my peace switch? God, I can't show you guys this 4-wide stuff because my peace switching keeps fudging. I'm really mad about that right now because I really want to do this 4-wide thing. But they don't want to let me because my whole piece swapping is failing miserably. And again, I've talked about my philosophy of building. The reason why T-pieces aren't as good for my philosophy, you see this gap right here? That's a 3-wide gap. This is a 2-wide gap right here. My philosophy of Tetris is about creating 2-wide gaps. Like, that's what I want to do. Because S and Z pieces are probably some of the hardest pieces to deal with if you don't have the right place to place them. So I want to minimize the damage that those pieces can do as much as possible, and I do that by making sure I have as many 2-wide spots as possible, because that's what allows me to get away with that. So that's just a general philosophy of my build. That's how I build. That's kind of what I prefer to do. As a result, you actually end up in situations where the T-piece is actually not a great piece to have sometimes. Now, again, this could be standard Tetris philosophy, right? What I'm spouting right now might be something that high-level Tetris people know and do, but the thing about it is, I don't talk to a lot of high-level Tetris people until recently, until I started doing commentary for the Classic Tetris World Championships. That's what actually hooked me up with a lot of these high-level super Tetris players like Kitaru and all these guys. So previous to that, all these Tetris philosophies that I've made and everything like that are of my own brain. They're just all these things that I just made up myself. Kind of like making up, words like launcher and trip guard and stuff like that. It was just stuff that I did. Oh God, remember to switch the badges. Remember to switch the badges, otherwise I would be in massive trouble. So maybe the 2-wide space philosophy is a common Tetris philosophy, and I just don't know, and I'm spouting it like it's some awesome thing that I've made up. Again, I make no pretenses that I am inventing or claiming any of this stuff, because there are so many amazing Tetris players out there who far surpass my talent that I do not even try to pretend that I'm like some sort of Tetris god. And fuck! So like I said, I'm not here trying to be like, yes, listen to me, subscribe to my channel because I am the Tetris god, and you will not be able to defeat me. I am the greatest in the world. No, that is not me at all. Like I said, I know where I stand in Tetris. I know I'm good. Okay? That's all I'll say is I know I'm good. But am I the best? No. But I am damn good at this game. And that I will definitely hang my hat on. Make no mistake about that part. So right now I'm reliant on one of those. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. Let's do that. I really like a lot of the user interface in this game. You can really tell you're about to get attacked without really looking at the screen at all, and I love that. It's actually really nice how they built the UI in this game. There's a lot of things that I think could be used for like video game 101 lessons for this game. They do a really good job painting a lot of the information on this game for you without having to necessarily look at anything except for... Oh, that's a good sound. That's a good sound. God damn it! Why am I such a scrub? Oops, that was execution errors up the ass. I actually am in trouble right now because this stack is super gross right now. Hey! 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 Why did you scroll back? I couldn't get it over there. Oh god, that was 100% execution error right there. I rotated the piece and then it rotated back. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happened, but that is one problem actually, Hakanaka, is that I can't see how many badges everybody else is. That is actually one of the bad areas of the UI, in that I can't actually see the UI, so I can't really judge. Fuck! What is wrong with me? I was having this problem a lot yesterday too, where I was just making execution errors. And it's not execution errors in terms of placing the pieces in the wrong place. It's mixing up my brain at what piece I'm playing and what piece is next. That's where I'm getting myself screwed up. I think I'm playing a certain piece, but it's not actually the piece that I'm playing. And so I die a very sad death. See, that was an execution error right there. I didn't mean to. I shouldn't have switched pieces right there, but it just happened because I had the wrong piece in mind. The hardest thing about this too is there's a lot of very crucial moves I'm making that I really wish there was a way that I could just like pause in the middle of a game and then just be like, okay, this is what I just did. Check out this crazy tactic thing that I did right here. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of ways that I can do that. And I really wish there was. Like, I wish there was a way that I could have access to a Tetris game that had a training mode where the pieces didn't drop unless you held a certain button, because I saw the square, and it wasn't the next piece that was coming up. I saw the square. That didn't work at all. What the hell? Why did I rotate that so much? What the fuck is happening to me here? God damn it. I am playing in uber scrub mode right now. Oh wait, switch to badges. Fuck! I forgot to switch to badges, so I think I'm gonna be... Okay, no. Actually, I KO'd somebody just in time. You heard that beautiful sound. That, can't you hear that jingle jangle sound? Oh yeah! It's badges all the time. Again, learning how to clean the stack, one of the most important skills in the game. That right there is actually a weakness of mine. I have an OCD problem when I play Tetris, that sometimes when I see a piece fits really nicely snug somewhere, I have to like save everything until I can actually drop that piece in there like an idiot, and sometimes to my own detriment. Just because that piece fits too snugly in there that I have to let it happen. It hasn't happened a lot. I'm only talking about it right now because that was the first time it's happened. And that was the... Ah! God! Damn it! Like I said, my Tetris execution has been ass recently. And I don't know why. I don't know why my Tetris execution has been so bad recently. That's not good. I'm actually in a lot of trouble because oops, I didn't see that was free there. Oh God, I was reading the wrong piece again. Why do I keep doing this to myself? See, right there was another one of those key moves. I didn't want to put the piece where it looked very obvious to go, because if I did, I would have blocked off some crucial spaces. Sometimes you just give up the ghost of chasing that Tetris. So at this point in time, because it gets so fast, you just want to play. Oh, dude, am I fighting someone with a person with no badges at all? That sucks. Okay. That is it's a two DDR pads. Ta-da! They are cobalt fluxes that work on the PS2. One of these days I need to mod them so that they work on something else. This is a completely different James. In what way do you mean? So, sometimes I drop the eye blocks without immediate benefits of holding them. Because sometimes I feel like I want to clear the stack. It's just peace of mind sometimes, and I'm pretty sure another eyepiece is coming up. And a lot of times if you just look at your stack and realize it's not in a dangerous spot, I feel like I can go ahead and just use the eyepiece and not worry about holding it. If you hold on to the eyepiece too vigorously, sometimes that can kill you. That's sometimes like, oh, all the impressions and singing. You haven't watched me play a lot of like the other games, so when I play like Zelda, like I sing, dude, when I was playing Zelda, I was just singing all over the place and like doing all the voice acting for the characters and stuff like that. That is definitely what I was doing. So keep in mind, if you do buy this game, there's two things. There's only one thing you have to buy, and that is the Nintendo Online service, which I think is $20 or $40 for the whole year or something like that. But this game is free. This game doesn't cost anything, and it's fucking genius, because how many online subscriptions are they gonna sell by this game, dude? Like, whoever came up with the idea to do this was a fucking genius. Like, that guy deserves a raise, because he just made Nintendo a buttload of cash for coming up with this idea, okay? Because it is fucking genius. And it came from absolutely nowhere. Like, where did this game even come from? It was just like, Nintendo, oh, here's our Nintendo Direct. Hi, we're doing Nintendo-y things. Oh, by the way, here's Tetris fucking 99, the newest addition in the Battle Royale genre that kills every other Battle Royale game out there for free. In my opinion. Opinions of streamer do not reflect opinions of all gamers. But again, one of the nice things about the way that I'm playing this right now, that I am happy to show, is that I am not Wombo-Ties, I am not Kitaru, I am not, oh god, there's one more player that I just forgot the handle to, but he's super good. He's one of the main reasons why I'm even decent at Tetris Effect, the marathon mode, and I just can't remember his name. And I apologize, that's just because I suck at names, and I apologize profusely for being rude and a jerk and not remembering names like that. But those guys out there are like the best at like T-spin improvisation and all this crazy stuff. They can play this game like it's like a whole different thing. Like, I don't even know what, like, I watch them play and I can't see how they see what they're seeing. Like, it's nuts, the way some of these guys play this game. So, again, one of the reasons why I'm playing it the way that I am, not just because I can't do the T-spin stuff, because that's obviously part of the reason why I'm not doing it, but one of the big reasons is because I would kind of like to show people that you don't have to know all that stuff in order to be able to be competitive. If you want to play just through speed, just through having your own Tetris skills that you remember from years ago, that they absolutely apply, that you can play this way, and it's a legit tactic. It's always a good feeling when you clear multiple block lines in a row like that. I'm glad they actually rewarded you for that. So I had to do that because a giant stack was coming my way and I was about to die. So I made sure to save my... Oh! Someone with badges is coming after me right now. And it is not cool at all. No place to put that. Gotta do it. So that unfortunately was blocking my stack, but I didn't really have much of a choice. I have a T-spin opportunity. Ah, God! I did it again! I swear the background sounds of other people killing each other sounds just like bowling to me. Pool, billiards. It sounds a lot like billiards. That. Right? I mean, you guys have got to hear it too. Ah, God. Oh my God, I'm the biggest idiot ever. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do in that situation. I just got bodied in that one, so... I can't remember names or faces, to be honest with you. Yeah, T-spin stuff is crazy. So, I mean, like, for example, so there's a lot of different opening gambits, right? So let me see if I can replicate one opening gambit, which I'm not very good at. But let's see if I can actually do this. No, I'm playing on Joy-Cons right now. Let me see if I can actually do this here. No, I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. So if I had the T piece right there, I could have gotten an all clear. So that's a standard opening gambit, basically, that you can learn to immediately send a bunch of junk to somebody. I know I've had somebody do that to me before, because I was just sitting there minding my own business at the start of the game, and then all of a sudden, like, I got sent like a 7 bazillion lines all of a sudden. I was like, what the fuck just even happened? Of course, because it's Tetris 99 and you end up targeting other people eventually, it didn't kill me right away. And that's kind of what's cool about Tetris 99, is that the whole concept of this game, by making it so that there's so many targets instead of just one opponent, is that a lot of the old school tactics that are used for killing people instantaneously lose their power in this version. So 4-wide, for example, is super buff for killing one guy. But in this game, it's not as effective all of a sudden, because after you kill one guy, you have freaking 98 more to go. So it really doesn't even matter all that much. You can do it to start as an opening gambit, like I said, to kill one guy really fast if you want to, which I was trying to do, and I kept messing up because of my poor execution. But and that is another thing that I've noticed in this game. The junk they tend to send fairly friendlily. They tend to send the junk kind of friendlily. And if you have a high stack, they will in general send it in a way that it matches the stack that you have. If you've actually listened to my commentary at Tetris Worlds, one thing that you'll hear me say a lot is whenever a stack gets split like this, you hear me, and someone's doing that on the stream, you'll hear me say, actually sometimes when you get the stack split like this, it actually feels really comfortable, like the pieces just naturally flow with each other, and you could totally build on this kind of setup, and this is an example of that right now. So it just feels like the pieces work sometimes like this, and it doesn't feel as like terrible as you feel like it should be in this situation. And this is basically what I mean by it whenever I say that on the stream. So if you ever hear me say that, that's basically what I mean. Sometimes when the stack gets split like that, it actually doesn't feel all that bad. It actually works out pretty decently. And so a lot of times you'll actually see me build with that. Like I'll actually build with the crazy stacks like that, because it's actually not hurting me at all. So again, that move that I just played was really bad, but thanks to the next piece, I could see that I wouldn't be screwed for long. So someone did ask the question, and I forgot to answer, how far ahead do I look at pieces? And the answer is usually not super far ahead, unless I'm looking for a specific piece to save my ass. But outside of that, surprisingly enough, not super far ahead. I hesitated for 1 second though. I hesitated for 1 second to think about where to place one piece, and that cost me. That actually cost me right there. because I was thinking about it for just that 1 second right there. Ah, and I forgot to switch bad to badge thing. Yes, I always forget about that. I always forget about it. Yeah, and that's the thing. I talked to Kyobi about this, and he asked me one time, he's like, why is it that I don't like modern Tetris? Why I don't like 4-wide Tetris? Why, etc., etc. The reason why I don't like that style of Tetris... Ooh, everyone's attacking me. Ooh, okay, I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can fuck them all over with this. Alright, so it begins. Oh, no, I messed it up. I'm gonna have to... this is not good at all. This is not good at all. My T-spin attempts have failed miserably. Jeez, I am not doing well. Okay, forget it. I give up. Fuck, those are really. It's weird when you try to set up the 4-wide. When you try to set up the 4-wide and it doesn't go well, it just doesn't go well. Like there's some there must be some logic behind the 7-bag system that just creates it so that when the 4-wide tactic doesn't work, it just doesn't work. And no matter how hard you try to fix it and make it work, it just hates you and refuses to work. Because it is a lot of RNG to do 4-wide properly. And that time it just didn't want to let me go. And I shouldn't be on attackers anymore because no one is attacking me anymore. Alright, enough of that. So you saw a little pause there for me to check my next piece is coming up. Oh, what's up, Mario 1080p? I saw you in the chat earlier. Now you are playing Splatoon. God, I haven't played Splatoon in forever, and that makes me sad because I wanted to play hella Splatoon, and I ended up playing no Splatoon. And so as a result, I'm awful at Splatoon. And that makes me sad because I wanted to be good at Splatoon. No! I was looking for 2 pieces and they wouldn't give me either of those 2 pieces. It's a good thing I survived, because if someone had sent me junk right at that moment, I would have been dead. I absolutely would have been D-E-A-D dead. I thought I had the long piece. I thought I had switched to the... Okay, so what's interesting about this, what's interesting about that is that I am hitting the hold piece button. I'm trying to swap to the next piece. I'm trying to swap with my hold piece, and it's not happening. So what a lot of people might end up asking is, well, if you see that you haven't swapped it, why don't you just not drop the piece and not kill yourself? Well, what actually it turns out is that is an indication right there of just how much I am not looking at the pieces a lot of the time. Once I've already determined where to drop the piece, I've kind of stopped looking at that piece because I'm kind of already ready to think about the next piece. And that's just kind of how it works when you play Tetris. You're thinking so far ahead in pieces. And I didn't finish my thought that I was talking about with Kyobi earlier. That I was saying, because someone mentioned in the chat that once you get good enough at this game, you can just kind of play in the zone and not really have to think too much, which is how I'm able to talk and play this game at the same time. Now, I was talking to Kyobi about this, and you know, when Puyo Tetris first came out, I told him I wasn't as big of a fan of it because it was modern Tetris rules, and oh my god, it's modern Tetris rules, and I wasn't as big of a fan of that. And he wasn't sure what I quite meant, or he wasn't sure because he said, I kind of like it because it feels more like a puzzle game that way, right? And I agree with him because he's right. It does feel a lot more like a puzzle game that way. But the reason why I love Tetris is because I love the zone out factor of this game. My favorite thing about this game is the fact that once I start playing it, I can just kind of, like, my brain just shuts off and I can play this like this right now. I'm in, like, it's like driving, right? Sometimes you drive someplace and you're like, holy shit, I don't even remember driving this whole entire distance. Like, I don't even remember paying attention to get myself to this point. Like, how did I not crash and die? You know, kind of thing like that. And that's the aspect of Tetris that I love the most, actually, is that kind of zone out thing. Which is why... Jesus Christ! Who the fuck did I kill? I just fucking killed Bill Gates, dude! Dude, Jesus Christ! But that's why I like this version of Tetris, is because I like the fact that I can play zone out Tetris again. I can play, you know, trance Tetris and be successful. Because you can't do that in a lot of the modern games. If you play trance Tetris, you will not win. And so I really, really like that. Oh, man. Yeah, the zone out factor is so cool. If you go KOs, though, do you get more medals and make yourself more likely to be targeted? Yeah, absolutely. And that's the whole trick. That's the downside of getting the badges early, is that you make yourself targeted early. However, the targeting system is so poorly explained in this game because there are no instructions, at least none that I have found, that I haven't felt that yet. I think once people start to play this a lot more, we're going to see that happen a lot more often. We're going to see a lot more situations where people just understand the strategy, and so they know to kill on sight, basically. Not working out how I want it to again. Fuck! Why do I always end up with like 7 bazillion green and red blocks in a row whenever I'm trying to set this up? Man, I have not had a successful 4-wide at all. And the setup is fine. My 4-wide setup is fine. It's just that the pieces I'm getting afterwards have been ass-tastic. The particular order that I've gotten has just been supreme assicity. The assness of the pieces they were giving me was on the levels of mad assery. I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. Wow, that took a long time for you to give me a J piece. Good God, oh my God. And then my piece didn't switch. Ugh. I have determined that if my execution wasn't so bad, that I would win so many more games in this. And that's another problem too. For some reason on this Joy-Con, I have a really hard time setting it to the right. Like, I'll try going to the right and it's like, and like, I can't get it over there for some reason. Okay, this is, okay. Ah, I messed it up. I messed it up. But I'm okay. Now this is the tricky part. How do I clear that side? That'll do. And I did it again. See, I set up the T-spin, and then it was like a T. The T-block came like 7 years later. What in the God's name is even happening? Swear to God. Swear to God, if I wasn't so bad at this game, I would actually be good. Someone please throw in a Chen logic into the chat for me. Because that was some prime Chen logic right there. So yeah, those T-spins that I'm doing there, there's those players out there that can just basically do T-spins forever. Like, if they're not T-spinning, they're not playing Tetris. Like, oh, come on! This is what I mean. Like, it happens far too consistently for me to think that it's just me being ass. Like, I feel like there's gotta be something else to this. But if nobody else experiences this and it's just me, then it is just me and there's nothing I can say about it. But it happens to me enough that it drives me nuts. And I have definitely almost punched a wall for being so upset about that. nobody's targeting me right now, so I'm really safe. I don't know if just no one else got badges. Ah, I was one piece too late to get an all clear. That would have been sick. All clears make the happiest noise in this version. Oh no, it happened again! Why? Take that, Japanese player. Yeah, again, I mean, there was like a viral video going around where someone survived a high stack like that and was like all hype and everything like that. And I was like, it happens a lot. It's not that crazy. And I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be that guy who responded to that tweet and be like, it's not really that impressive, okay? Shit happens all the time, alright? I didn't want to be that guy. Fuck. And like, cause that shit just happens all the time. That happens more commonly than you expect, so. Hi, kitty. Hey, welcome, Akihito, to the Jchensor Dynasty. Oh no, they all went away. Alright, let's see if I can actually get it this time. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that was a 15 combo and I KO'd someone off of it. If you heard that KO. So I definitely killed somebody off of that. So that was a proper 4-wide situation right there. Finally able to demonstrate that. So you can do that for early KOs if you want, like I just did. That was basically why I did that, was to get an early KO. Oh my god, it happened again. Why do you hate me so much, Tetris? So that right there, a simple T-spin setup. Again, nothing fancy. So I did say I was going to play mostly T-spinless. And for the most part, I have been playing mostly T-spinless. But occasionally, I will throw in a T-spin. So, yeah, I covered up that hole because things were getting a little dodgy. So I just wanted to clear out. Badges, okay, I actually remembered that time. See, there was an instance right there where the T-piece was actually not convenient for me. See, another one. I didn't like where the T-piece had to go there. Okay. Okay, game. I'm sick of your shit. I mean, look, it's very likely that it's happening just because I'm moving faster than I should, and that I'm trying to rotate the piece before it comes in. So that's just my fault. The thing about blaming the game is that it makes me feel better about myself. As most OSs do when you blame something that is not you. So even though I blame the game and I'm yelling about lag or whatever, or like delay inputs or whatever like that, that is all an option select to make it sound like my execution is not as shite as it actually is. I 100% acknowledge that. Because honestly, I would never accuse Eureka of programming anything badly, because Eureka is my god, because they made games like this, and they made games like Tetris the Grandmaster, and for that I can only be forever grateful to the great gods that are known as Eureka or Arica or something, however you like pronouncing it. Okay, 7-bag system. Took you a while to give me that piece that I wanted. That's not a good placement, but I don't have much choice. Ugh! Okay, they fucked me. That time I actually got fucked by RNG. That time I actually got fucked by RNG. I just had really, really bad pieces for breaking through that stack. Now, it's very rare that the RNG is that bad that you're fucked, but it happens every once in a while, and there's nothing you can do. For the most part, you should be able to clear through that stack almost every single time. Oh, they're targeting me. Now, if they stay this way, check out the effect. Like, the effect that they actually use when they do this, like, is kind of crazy. Watch. Like, it's so flashy that it's so hard for me to see sometimes. Like, there's just particles and sparks everywhere, and it blocks your screen, and you can't see anymore. Ah! Oh my god! Again, knowing how to clean the stack is paramount to you surviving in this game. If you do not know how to clean your stack, then that is a problem. You are going to die very fast. And I'll talk about that if people want to hear me kind of go over stack cleaning. I can do that a little bit. It's a very easy concept, yet one that a lot of people end up failing because they're just not looking at it properly. See, there's that pool cue sound again. That was a mistake. Some of these sound effects just sound like bombs are going off. But hang on. Sneezing and playing Tetris at the same time was not an intentional flex. That just happened. That was not me trying to show off or anything that I could sneeze and still play Tetris at the same time. Though at this point in time, I'm sure people wouldn't be surprised if it was on purpose. Because as much as I try to be humble about my Tetris skills, I'm pretty good at this game. And I'm proud of that. And so I will talk about it. So yes, when I tweet out my percentages, my win percentages on Twitter, it absolutely is a flex. It is absolutely me going, yep, I'm at 40 some odd percent. Oh yeah. 100% it's a flex. Oh, what the hell happened? I killed myself. That was just, I don't know how the long piece, I switched to it and it just snapped into place really, really fast. It was actually an incorrect swap. I should not have tried to go for the long piece. I thought I could get the long piece all the way to the right, and I could not, and I failed that way. Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things that you have to do. That is basically the way to clean, is you have to look at where the holes are in the bottom lines, not like the one that you're going for. Because if you're too obsessed with just filling up the holes as you see them, that's a problem. Like, for example, if I create a hole like this, I don't want to put anything on the top of that column anymore, right? So I want to try to avoid doing that, because that will just cover up the hole even further. So I would rather not do that and put a long piece there so I can open it up like that. And that is one of the key components to that. And the reason why it becomes such a skill on its own is because you really learn how to play in two different modes, in stack cleaning mode and in regular mode. And once you get good in stack cleaning mode, you can get through some gnarly ass stacks really well, just because you're just so used to like how the layout ends up above it, and you just instinctively know what piece you're looking for. And that happens a lot. So one of the reasons why I can play this game so fast and so much to the point where it's like I'm barely paying attention and I'm talking the whole time is because of the fact that I have memorized so many of the different landscape layouts, not intentionally, mind you, just through so much play of Tetris, that there's very few landscape situations that catch me by surprise. So like whenever I just see the way that the shape of the screen looks, I already just kind of have a plan on how to get out of it. Like that, for example. Very common scenario, swapping between the Z and the S pieces to clear out that kind of junk. That is a very, very common scenario. So when that opportunity arose, it was very easy for me to take advantage of it. That was twice in a row. It can't possibly be the game's fault. It has to be me being a Doomkampf. Also, you'll notice when I hunt for T-spins, a lot of times it ends up making my stack unmanageable and like really messy. So it's another reason why I'm so bad at the T-spin stuff. Whenever other people go for T-spins, they're looking so far ahead at the pieces that they know how to rectify the situation as soon as they get the T-spin. For me, I just end up messing up my playing field so bad that it's like super ugly and I'm like, ah! Which is why I actually don't go for T-spins all that much, because I am just shitty at T-spins. I forgot to switch the thing. I forgot to switch the thing, which means I have no batches. And because I have no batches, I am going to be in big trouble now. Actually, I don't know how that badge count works, by the way. I don't know how to read how many badges I have. It does say 8 KOs, so does that mean I have 8 badges, right? Oh, what? I certainly have a lot more badges. Oh my god! Who's the biggest idiot? Who's made for you and me? Jameschen. That's me. Really? Really? That is many more badges. Oh boy. Whoever is still fighting me right now is in trouble. Unless I kill myself like that. This is gonna sound mad random right now, but I really want a donut. I don't know why. I just got a craving for a donut all of a sudden. Yeah, nobody can send me any junk. I got so many badges. That's just like, there was just like no way for whoever was in 5th place to beat me at that point in time. It just wasn't gonna happen. There was just nothing he could do. You know, I want a Dota. I want a Dota, man. Where's my MOBAs? Nice, Iori. Well done. Well done. 100% is max badges, huh? Okay, okay. So I've actually been doing really well here. I think I've been doing a better... So my percentage has been 40%. I've been maintaining about a 40% win rate. But in Japan, I was maintaining about a... Why have I forgotten how to talk? In Japan, I was maintaining about a... Wow, okay, I can talk and play Tetris at the same time, but I can't process numbers and play Tetris at the same... Want to see something cool? Yoink! Ah! That was my cool Tetris rotation trick of the day. I'm on randoms, you are right. Thank you. Wow, I'm glad I looked at the chat for just that second there to see people's reaction to my funky spin. I missed the rotation. Since no one's sending me anything, I felt safe enough to do that. Whoops, I totally fucked up. Oh well, I'll be fine. Whoops, that wasn't the piece that I thought I had. The crazy thing about that Z-spin that I just did, it actually requires you to rotate it a certain direction. If you actually, so even though it looks the same no matter which way you rotate it, if you don't rotate it the way that it needs to go, it won't work. That one took me a long time to learn how to do, but you had to learn how to do it for like some of the mini games on like one of the older Tetris games. I will say they did a good job with this oh my god song. Because they actually managed to keep the Tetris theme in it. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, yep. Okay. The people that I'm fighting against right now are kind of in trouble because I think I've gotten almost all of the badges now. Not a Tetris, but I'm gonna use this opportunity to clean up a little bit. Ay, ay, ay. Get over there. Oh my god! Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in again! Ugh. My win rate in Japan was like 33% basically. It was like 33%. So the question is right now, what's my win rate right now? My win rate has significantly improved, I think. I'm 108 out of 246 right now. 108 divided by 246. So I'm at 44%. I'm at 43.9% right now. So it's a little better. I was running around like 40%, 41, 42%, but now I'm at 44% a little bit. So yeah, it's respectable. But guys like Wumbo Ties are like at, I think Kataru's at like 60%. There's that one player in Japan who posted a video to the Classic Tetris wiki, Classic Tetris World Championship Twitter that was like at a 90% win rate. Oh, you were actually in that game? Nice, Procale or Procol. Dude, Wumbo is nuts, dude. T-spinning is an art, and he knows that art to a T. That was not intended as a pun, but it came out that way. I'm sorry. But see, that's the nice thing about getting targeted early, is you actually get to kill a lot of people fast too. But then that does kind of make you a target for people going after badges. Wow. Randomization is like Kill James right now. But like I said, I'm okay with that because that just makes me send stuff to everyone so I can kill you all. I will kill you all! Only 2 guys targeting me left. That's probably enough for me to switch away. But see, that gave me hella badges. That gave me hella badges to start. And that's why it's okay getting targeted like that at the beginning. Sometimes maybe even preferable to get targeted like that early on. Because now I have badges all over the place. But the question is now, am I going to get attacked by people who are just chasing after badges? Alright! Hello! The nice thing about it is, as much as you want to try to blame RNG for a lot of your problems in this game, it's actually not as bad as you would think it is. Most just because of the 7-bag system. I did not mean to swap pieces like that. There's a way that the randomization works in Tetris that makes it so that the randomization of the pieces isn't as cruel as you would think it is. Ooh, I'm getting sent a lot of junk. See, right there, I know I missed like 7 T-spin setups already. I can only do the obvious ones like that. I thought I had changed the pace. But it did not happen. Got some badges there, so that was good. I never switched over to badges. Shoot. Even though I got a bunch of badges for KOing people, that's still gonna be a problem not having... Well, actually, I'm 75%, which I think means a lot. So I'm actually okay because my KOs did warrant me a decent number of badges. Do that. It's actually a really stupid move. I mean, it's obviously not going to kill me or anything, but I shouldn't have done it. Ah ha ha ha! Give me those badges! Give me them badges! This is a problem if they don't give me a piece really soon. Ooh, badges. Badges. Whoops! No problemo. Wasn't worried for a second. Wasn't worried for a second. Battle Royale type of fighting game. I don't know if that would be a really tricky way to do that. There would have to be something where like 2 people are fighting and you could run into the fight and like suck someone out of it and try to fight one of those guys or something like that. Was that 13 KOs? 13 KOs, baby. There you go. But dude, what a great idea for because like you're never gonna run out of people who wanna fucking play Tetris, dude. Like I feel like people are gonna be playing this shit forever. Now, what I'm gonna tell you though is that this game, obviously, 100% impossible to commentate unless you just watch one person's screen. I mean, you're just gonna have to watch one person's screen, but there's fucking 99 machines. Like, I don't even know how you could commentate this. Like, it would be a weird thing to try to do. You would watch one person and just switch to certain windows from time to time that you felt like going to. But I mean, talk about mathematically how fucking genius this is. There's 98 opponents. 98 divided by 2 is 49. So on both sides of the screen, you have a 7x7 grid. Like, dude, they did such an amazing job. Oh, events, huh? There might be events. Yes, I've heard JJ is very, very good at Tetris. Hi. Meow. Whew. As a 3D arena style fighter like Pokken or Gundam game. Wow, I have 192 viewers in my stream right now. I'm gonna run an ad. Ha 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 ha! I'm gonna run an ad, so we'll be right back, guys, because that will get me some esports pennies. After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah, let's get some esports pennies, baby. I'm not feeding you yet, kitty cat. Not everybody gets the ad. It depends. I mean, since you're in South America, Ani, your region just might not be served as part of my target audience, etc., etc. The whole ad system's kind of jank in Twitch. It's not just that you run ad and you purely get ads and everybody on your stream sees ads. Like, it would be nice if it was that way. That's not how it works. Ugh. And you have ad block. Good job, Ani. Good job. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I'd be totally down to do a Tetris tutorial. Because, I mean, honestly, like, I can't Tetris tutorial in this game because there's no modes, obviously, for it. But I do have Puyo Puyo Tetris on here, which I absolutely can do tutorials here, over there. So, no worries, it's all good. So here's the question for you guys. In terms of Tetris, what is it that you guys want help in? So, like, if I was to give you guys a tutorial or something like that, what kind of thing would you want me to, like, go over, like, to try to teach right now? Because honestly, what really happens a lot when you actually start, when you start playing it, you have to be so mindful of the pieces that are coming up. You really, really, really have to think ahead to the other pieces. So, this one you can see, you can see just about the same amount of pieces. So if we just go to Tetris Marathon mode over here. So what happens is when you play this game a lot, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're used to the layout that is going to be. So what you want to think of the top line. I call that the landscape. You always want to be very cognizant of your landscape, right? So for example, here's a common scenario. If I put the box here to put room for the green S piece coming up, that's going to force me to have a Z or an L piece cover up that hole. Now I already knew that, like way up ahead. I didn't have to place the blocks to see that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen, right? So let me see if I can come up with any other. Okay, so here's another one, right? So let's say this hole wasn't here, and you're like, where should I put this T-piece? Let me put it over here. The problem is, if you put this over here, the landscape you've created now forces an eyepiece into this column. It's the only piece that can fit in here that will, quote, save your landscape. And the way that you know you have a saved landscape is that it's relatively flat. If you have a landscape that's relatively flat like this, you have a good landscape. If you end up with a landscape with a bunch of towers like this, you're kind of in a shitty situation because you've kind of divided your playing field in half, and you don't want to do that. So I could place this piece like this, but I know I have an O piece in the hole. So I'd rather put the piece like that because now I know I can slide the O piece over there and I have a second O piece over here, right? So it's all about maintaining this landscape. It's understanding the landscape. So for example here, I already know if I put the S piece here, it creates a spot for the Z piece here, right? And so this is all the things that you want to do. So right now, if I drop this block here with the intention of throwing the Z piece on top of that, that would work because the L piece is coming up. So if I put this here, now you notice the only thing that can shore up this hole is an I piece or an L piece. In general, you don't want to have the eyepiece be what you rely on because you want to save it in your hole as much as possible. Here's another one. I could drop the T-piece like this. Most people will actually drop the T-piece like this. But why not drop it like that instead? Because what you've done now is you've created a hole for the O-piece. So these are things, if you watch Jonas play, Jonas is amazing. Okay, look, I have an L piece and a J piece coming up. This is a terrible move. This is a terrible move because it's gonna force me to have an L piece and a J piece. But the thing is, I already know I have them, so I don't care. So I'm just gonna do it anyway, right? But if you actually watch Jonas play, he's one of the absolute best at the last second adjustments to make pieces go into really, really nice spaces. Like this one's an interesting one. If I drop this here and then I drop the T block over here, that's a problem because now only a J piece can fit in there. But if I drop the S piece in there, this is a much more favorable scenario because a J or an L can save me, right? So since a J or an L save me, I have 2 out of 7 times chances of being able to have a piece that saves me. And these are the kind of things that you just have to be aware of while you play these games, or while you play this game. You always want to be aware of the situation that you have. So again, you want to have as flat of a landscape as possible, but if the landscape is actually tilted and slanted to your Tetris column, that's okay. You're always better off in this situation because once you learn how to burn pieces like that, you can actually lower the stack in a way that you can keep yourself alive. So some people may throw this here. That's terrible because now I'm only reliant on one piece. So I will throw this over here and drop this down like this. Now, here's an interesting scenario. The next piece is the red piece. I could drop the T piece here, but now the red piece doesn't have a clean place to go. So I'm gonna put it here instead so this piece has a clean place to go. Again, always watch the landscape. Now, this is a terrible move because it forces an L piece on me. But I noticed I have an L piece right there. So I'm not worried about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. So again, always keep in mind the next pieces that are coming. So I could put this box here, but now where do I put the L piece afterwards? So right away, I automatically in my brain adjusted to that, so I could do that. So many things about understanding. So I paused here because I don't like this, but another J piece is coming, so I can fix that, no problem. Now I could drop this over here, but that doesn't help me because I'm probably better. So, okay, this is a very common scenario. This valley right here. Is it here or here? That's a better spot to put it because now I have the L or the J piece that I can clean it up with. And again, I wish I could pause the screen and show you the stack. I can't do that because the pieces keep dropping, so it's hard for me to explain while it's happening at the same time. Whoops. So it's actually really hard for me sometimes to explain exactly what my mindset is because I can't show you what the field looks like when it's paused. Okay, that's an important scenario right there. One of the things that you want to avoid as much as possible is that. This, the jagged teeth. The jagged teeth is a bad thing that's on the left side. It's very bad because there's no good way to clean it out because now it forces like this weird T slot here. So if you can avoid the jagged teeth setup as much as possible, that is a preferable thing. Jagged, anytime you have lots of points like this is not a good scenario. Anytime you have that, the best way to fix these scenarios is the T-piece. The T-piece is always going to be your savior because the T-piece is what you want to consider yourself switching from odd to even. If you have jagged teeth, the T-piece will change it to a 2-wide block instead of a single wide block. So the T-piece is always the odd to even piece. And that's kind of something that you really, really, really want to keep in mind. So, but see, that's not true, Procol, is that the T-piece doesn't always go everywhere. That's what a lot of people think. But the way that I play Tetris in a way such that I purposely create 2 blocks like this. So as a result, I actually don't have a good place to place it. It's really interesting. The style of Tetris that I play makes T-pieces actually unfriendly for me. And it is unique to the way that I play, but the reason why I play that is because getting screwed by a bad T-piece is not nearly as bad as getting screwed by a bad S or a Z piece. The more times that you have to place an S or a Z piece standing up, if you have to place a piece standing up like that, the worse off you actually are. If you're actually building your stack properly, you're going to be trying to build a lot of 2-wide stack spaces like this. Because if you build 2-wide stack spaces, that lets you place Z's and S's flat. And the reason why that's an advantage is because, see, in this, so let's say I have this scenario right here. Okay, let's say I have this scenario right here. If I put this in here, notice that the landscape doesn't change. The only thing I can fit in here is an S piece. And when I drop an S piece in there, the only thing that I can fit in there is an S piece. So literally, I changed nothing. It's the exact same situation again. You've created a reliance on an S piece that repeats itself constantly. So you're always reliant on the S piece. And you want to make it so you're not reliant on the same piece over and over and over again. So when you place the pieces standing up like that, it's more likely you create a repetitive scenario. Whereas when you place it flat, you're actually changing the landscape and preserving the flat space. You see how that works there? When you actually do that, you end up preserving your pattern. You preserve your style here. So if I put this here, I have this, and so I've got jagged teeth here again, and I don't like the jagged teeth. So I'm gonna do what I can to get rid of the jagged teeth, and it kind of requires a T-piece. Like I said, the T-piece is always gonna be your savior of getting rid of jagged teeth scenarios. And so you don't wanna force yourself into a reliance on those T-pieces constantly. So the way you wanna do that is just to make sure that you build your stack in a way so that you place enough. See, now that I've created that, this Z piece has a wonderful place to go. Very, very straightforward, easy place to go, right? If I see that an S piece or a Z piece is coming up and there's no convenient place to play it, I'll create one. So I create one right here so that this can go here and still create a relatively flat scenario. This is good because I've created a double space here, and I've kind of got a double space here because even if I put this piece here, I still have the double space, right? So I can place this piece here, but that ruins the next S piece, so I'll stand it up because I see another L piece coming up, so I can put this here. That 2-piece slot is preserved, so I have another spot to put that, etc., etc., etc. So this, not too bad because the J pieces are coming up, so I can do that. And again, I could put this piece here, but that ruins where the S piece goes. So instead, I'm going to put it here, which originally looks like a bad idea, but now it's a good idea because I put the piece there, and now I have a nice flat base again. Again, just really always keep track of where the field is going to go. This is a bad place because it forces another L. This is a bad place because it forces something. So I'm going to put that there because I see a square is coming up here. It's not actually very good right now anyway, but that one wasn't exactly a great scenario, but it worked out for myself anyway. But again, flat base is always preferable. If you can keep the base flat and always aim to try to get the two-spot base. Now this is a tricky one right here. I could wait for the red piece, or I can do that because I saw another one was coming. There's just a lot of adjustments you can make that look like terrible ideas at first, but just because of the fact that you have the preview, it helps so much that you can see what's coming up and you know how to handle situations. So there you go. So that's kind of a thing right there. How far into the next list do you think new players should worry about? Or would it be a more important strong place that leaves room for any piece? This is Puyo Puyo Tetris, but that's because there's a one-player mode that goes slow enough that I can teach. What you should do really is concentrate on mostly just the next piece. You're really focusing on the next piece. But if you ever get to a situation where when you drop a piece, the next piece feels uncomfortable, you all of a sudden break down into the next piece after that to see if you can use all 3 pieces to create a flat thing. And if the 3rd piece doesn't help, then you look at the 4th piece to do it. For the most part, you should always be looking at the next piece. When you play Tetris without a next piece, you feel like you're naked. It's like helpless. When you actually play it without it, it is the most uncomfortable thing. And that's when you know you're getting to that point as a Tetris player that you're so reliant on the next piece that without it, you just don't feel comfortable putting a piece down anywhere because you don't know what the next piece coming is going to do for you. You don't know where you're putting your piece because you're not sure how it affects the next piece. Without next, it's so hard to play Tetris, which is why there's a tournament at the Classic Tetris World Tournament, a side tournament, the No Next Piece Tournament, which is just brutal as all, brutal AF, man, brutal AF. So you want to kind of look down the next piece, and if that one doesn't quite help you, then you look down the next one, and you kind of look down the next one. The thing is, how those pieces affect each other won't be clear to you until you play a lot of Tetris and you start memorizing landscape scenarios. Like I said, when I play Tetris, the landscape, there's almost never a landscape that I run into that I think to myself, oh shit, what the hell? Like, as soon as I see the landscape, I kind of know what pieces I want and need to fix it and the different kind of combinations to do it. It's why I'm not good at T-spins, because when you play for T-spins, you're looking for an entirely different kind of scenario like so, and like I've already fucked it up, right? So I could do this and I can get a T-spin like this. But see, I've already fucked it up because I built this wall here. So this doesn't give me repeated T-spins. Guys who are good at repeated T-spins are good at creating a landscape that just like constantly repeats itself into T-spins. I don't know how they do it, but it's like fucking amazing how they do it. See, like I'm already bad at this. I've already fucked this up really badly. I don't know how they do it. I honestly don't know how they do it, but they're super good at it. And the way they do it, because they build it so fast, there's almost always a T-piece coming up that fills out the hole, and it's really, really crazy. Not really a blind Tetris category. No one really plays it that way because the reason why a lot of people don't play blind Tetris like that is because it really takes a lot of the strategy out of the game. It really becomes very RNG dependent. And yeah, 7-bag randomizer is something that's very, very, very important for Tetris. In case you don't know what 7-bag randomizer is, they take the 7 different Tetraminos, randomize the order that they show up, take the 7 Tetraminos, randomize the order that they show up, give them to you, take the 7 pieces, randomize the order, give them to you. So no matter what, within a block of 14 pieces, you will always get every piece twice. Within a block of 7 pieces, you will always get a piece once. And so that way, that's why if you haven't seen a piece in a long time, you kind of get the idea that one of those pieces is coming. It's why people have created all clear scenarios, because probability-wise, there is a high chance. I don't think I can do it. There is a 60-something% chance that you can get a perfect clear based off of the pieces that you get because of that. I fucked it up. Have I ever watched high-level Tetris on the stream and analyzed it? No. But that would be a really cool idea. That would be a really cool idea. So there you go. So because of 7-bag, there is a 60-some% chance that you can get an all clear. And that's the way it works. And then that's also why 4-wide is so set upable. Because of 7-bag, you're kind of guaranteed at least this start. This start is almost guaranteed. So once you start doing that, you can really start taking advantage of this kind of thing. Oops, I messed up. Oh, God! Well, I fucked that one up really badly. Is it easier to do perfect clears in the early game only? Yeah. Basically, once you get in there and once junk starts being sent to you, the number of blocks that you have on the screen might not even be divisible by 4. So a perfect clear might not even be possible at all at that particular moment. Okay, I fucked that perfect clear up. I missed it. But again, if I rotate this clockwise, I can't squeeze it in there. If I rotate it counterclockwise, I can snap that in there. So weird stuff, weird stuff. Yeah, that's a special situation, and it's because if you notice, when I rotate them the two different ways, you notice how they rotate different ways. And in fact, when you play Tetris 99, what's actually interesting is that the load icon actually shows you the current standard Tetris rotation system, which is really funny that they actually show that to you. So that on the bottom right corner of the screen is actually the standard Tetris rotation system. And the fact that the pieces shift within that 4x4 box actually is very, very significant. I don't know why Switch games don't drop in price. It is kind of weird. So that whole thing in the middle of the screen, you see how the piece kind of shifts around in that little 3x3 block? That's actually very significant. The eyepiece especially. The eyepiece, watch the eyepiece rotate. You see how the two different, sometimes it's in column 3, sometimes it's in column 4. All those things are very important to the way that Tetris rotates. What did I do? The way to the Tetris pieces rotate. It's one of those situations where I want to be that Japanese video game player and go and then say something in Japanese, but I can't imitate that because I don't know what they say. Wow, my controller feels really laggy all of a sudden. This is weird. Either that or it's just because I was playing Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is less laggy because it's not online, and I just got used to it for a second there. Yabai shimata, huh? Yabai shimata. Whoa, what's going on? Hey, what's up, 99 Destiny? Shoutouts to the raid. You have come to watch the greatest esport in all of history, Tetris! Seriously, Tetris needs to be like the next biggest esport. I mean, what an amazing year for Tetris. Between this and freaking Tetris Effect, like this has just been like a banner year for this game, man. We have just had some amazing times for this game. Where is my square piece? Oh my god, where's... Okay, now having just come from Puyo Puyo Tetris, now I'm starting to believe that maybe there is a little lag in this, because this was not happening to me in Puyo Puyo Tetris at all. And now all of a sudden it's happening to me. And of course this is an online game. So it's not like it'd be entirely unheard of for it to have bad lag issues, you know? It's very possible. again, a cleaning scenario that wasn't that bad just because I've seen that setup before so many times. Thank you for setting yourselves up to die. Doing that because there's no good place to place that square block. And if I run into 2 square blocks in a row, I'm in trouble. And I might as well clean the stack all the way down at this point in time. Go back to square one. Not a Tetris, but just didn't want to risk it. Figured it was time to do some cleaning anyway. Yeah, there are definitely some funky rotation stuff you can do in this game as well, which some people don't like, and I totally understand it because it looks janky, that you can actually make a piece go back up, like if you do it right like that, and it does look kind of ghetto in a way, and so I don't fault anybody for thinking modern Tetris rotation rules are weird like that, for example. Like, should I have been able to do that? Not really. Like, it does feel kind of janky, but whatever. See, jagged teeth scenario, which I don't like. Stunner. Really, James? This is what you're doing to yourself, huh? Oh my God, James, 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 James. It's luckily that I have all the badges right now. Otherwise, I should be completely dead. God! Alright, I think this might be a sign for me to stop at this point, because I am obviously making unbelievable amounts of mistakes, which might mean my jet lag is finally catching up to me. The crazy part about it is I haven't been killed for all these mistakes yet. Like, honestly, I should be dead. I honestly feel like I should be dead right now. The fact that I'm actually still alive just means I have all the badges. It just means I have all the badges right now. So, yeah, exactly. It's not 1v1 because I had all the badges at that point in time. So, that kind of sucked for them. Alright, let's see if I can do one more. Let's see if I can get myself up to 44%. So every time you KO someone, you get badges. So you can target your opponents on who you're trying to kill. And so by killing, KOing people, you get badges. And if you kill someone who has badges, you get all of their badges. So it basically makes endgame scenario terrifying. So I always start by targeting KOs because I'm trying to kill people for slim pick. That was the fastest start to mess up I've done in a long time. Jesus Christ almighty! What the hell? That was some shittiness right there. I am playing like pure utter garbage. Where is my peace swap? Hello? Okay, I've gone back from believing that these bad rotations are actually my fault and I'm blaming the game just as an excuse to, no, there's definitely issues with some sort of latency. Don't ever do that, by the way. It's not good to ever delay. Everyone who asks me for advice in this game is play as damn fast as you possibly can. And yes, there are going to be scenarios where you're just going to look at your pieces and go, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? And if you run into those scenarios, yeah, you're going to have to pause a little bit. But if you can help it, try not to pause like I did, because that can literally be the difference between life and death. Definitely happened to me earlier in the day. For those of you just joining the stream, I was playing a match, and because I paused for half a second, it killed me. But the pausing that I'm doing right now, I'll also tell you this too. I have never played a game like Tetris where when I'm tired and I'm sleepy, God, the mistakes are just embarrassing. Like when I can, like, Tetris is actually a really good game for me to determine just how tired I am, because when I start making mistakes in Tetris when I'm tired, the mistakes just make me feel so upset. And the worst thing about that too is, like, the mistakes will make me mad, but then I want to end out my night on a win. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know, the one more game thing of fighting game players, right? And so it just gets worse and worse and worse, just like that. The hell was that?哎呀呀！真的还是假的？ I forgot to switch over to badges. Shit. I just realized the song was playing right now. Damn it. I mean, at least I had been still getting... Ooh, that was good. So you heard that dinging noise right there? That was me slaughtering somebody and gaining all of their badges, which is such a good thing. Badges, 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 badges. Oh, snake, snake, it's a snake. James? One of these days, James. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. That wasn't so bad, was it? Nah, but how'd you get out the TV? No problem, that's what it was. No problem. How'd you get out the TV? God damn it! There we go. I'm glad someone got the proper reference. Alright, so that means, and again, towards the end there, it's not really that fair for the opponent because like like Hanakana is Hakanaka is saying, the badge differential is so high that the other guy has to put in that much more work to beat me. And so that's just that they don't understand badge management. Like you have to understand how to get good to make sure you get the badges and stuff like that. That's so important. So yeah, now I'm up to 45% almost. I'm at 44.5% right now win rate. So it's going up and up and up and up. So, and you know, it helps that I understand the badges and all that stuff like that. Well, cat escaped. But there you go. So. All right, so I think that's gonna be it for today. It's 1 a.m. But if you guys are new to my channel right now and you haven't seen, and if you're just watching, you're like, oh cool, this guy plays Tetris and whatever, and really good at talking. I do a lot of this stuff for fighting games. I play a lot of random games. I do all that stuff like that. But most importantly, I also feed cats on the stream. And that is going to be the most, everyone will learn very quickly that the most important part of this stream is cats. There you go, from Drunken Banana. So there's a cat here. This is Nathan. That is Jasmine. Oh, you meowed at me. Meow. 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 I hope you guys can actually hear the mew from that cat. It's adorable. So basically what I do at the end of the day is that what I always do, oh hi kitty, is I make kissy noises, and that always means that it's time to feed the cats. Oh yeah, there you go. So now she's going. So if you guys are enjoying this channel, please follow. We would appreciate the follows, and if you want to see lots more Tetris content like this, please subscribe. Please subscribe, and I will definitely do a lot more Tetris content. I'll try to do a lot more educational content, Tetris educational content as well. Hi Nathan. All right, let us feed the cats. Feeds the cats. And I always put my camera here like this because my cat does this cute thing where she jumps up the cabinet because she wants some food, and it's adorable. And my cat is adorable. And now they pace. And now they pace. And now they pace. Actually sounded like I was getting badges in Tetris right there. Now, here we go. Come on, kitty. Ah, good kitty. Good kitty. There we go. So if you guys enjoy this, if you're new to my channel, if you enjoy watching this and listening to me talk about Tetris while I play it and go crazy about it, please absolutely follow the channel, subscribe if you like the content. That stuff helps a lot as a streamer as well. You can also, if you're into fighting games, you can buy a bunch of shirts from 86.com using an affiliate link. Shirts such as this right here. You can use right there, Big Bear Cave. Thank you very much for typing in the link. You can use tinyurl.com/86jchensor, and part of the proceeds will go to me if you buy cool fighting game shirts. They also have some Persona 5 shirts. They have a bunch of new licenses underway. So even if you don't buy anything now, just remember, if you ever buy anything from 86.com, to use my affiliate link to buy something, because then that part of the proceeds will go to me as well. But bits, donations, subscriptions, all very much appreciated. And I mean, it seems like people are enjoying the Tetris content here, so I will try to keep that up for everybody. So I'll just keep playing some more Tetris 99 because it's just fun. And it's cool too because I get to talk to people while I play it as well. So it's just like I can actually kind of like narrate my game and just chat and have a good time and have a good conversation with everybody. So I think that's actually really, really, really cool. So, yeah, I know. Where's the Tetris 99 image? Yeah, I mean, Hanakana, if I do stream Tetris, it'll probably most likely be nighttime streams anyway. The other thing that I'm doing as well is I am currently working on trying to become one of the next Grandmasters in Tetris the Grandmaster. So occasionally you'll be seeing me play Tetris the Grandmaster as well. If I really feel like chilling, I'll be playing some Tetris Effect, or I could try going for a higher Marathon 150 record. My ST stacking is not great. I mean, it's okay. I was top 8 in the world for a while, but I have dropped since to top 10. I might even be out of the top 10 by now. I'm not really too sure, but you guys can check that out. I mean, I'm planning to do a lot of Tetris stuff this year because I'm planning to really kind of go hardcore into it. So, white cat is Nathan, black cat is Jasmine. Correct. Come here, Nathan. Ah. It's the kitty. Look at the kitty. And if you guys don't know, there's also Ultra Chen TV, which Ultra David and I do every Tuesday, the Tuesday show. You can see the posters right over there in the background over there. That is the Ultra Chen Studios right behind us. So definitely follow and check out twitch.tv/Ultra Chen TV as well. Tomorrow we will be having a late start because we're going to start after the Evo Reveal show. And so we can talk about it. Nathan wants to get out of here so bad. They're both about 6 years old. They're both about 6 years old at this point. So, but he is a big cat. He is a large, large cat. And if you guys are new to the stream here, one of the things that's so special about Jasmine is that her eyes are beautiful. She really has some beautiful eyes for a cat. You can't explain it because all cat eyes are beautiful, but there's just something about Jasmine's eyes that are really great. That's actually a good call, Hakanaka. I do need some Tetris emotes. I think I need to add some Tetris emotes. I'm gonna put that as a subscription goal here. That if I get up to 200 subscribers, I'll start creating some more Tetris emotes. I think I might have one slot, so I might be able to create one. But I wonder what I could do because Tetris emotes. I mean, they've got to be pretty straightforward. So I got to think of something. Oh man, are those all Jonas? Yeah, those are all Jonas's. Those are so good. Oh man, alternating burn shelf. Oh man, boom Tetris, good games. I'll have to come up with something. Oh, Vandwe, huh? Who's Vandwe? The Evo show is at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Vandweller. Okay, okay. What is my stream setup? It depends. If I'm streaming here on my laptop here, it's just a MacBook with a Blackmagic Thunderbolt. However, when I stream from the big old station where we run the Ultra Chen TV, that's where I have the like this Magewell HDMI capture device with this gigantic super buff PC and stuff like that. So I actually have two different stations. If I could make a block with my face, that would be pretty amazing, Arliet. That would be. You know, I should really just make blocks that spell out "suck my nuts, assholes" in like five emotes, but honestly, that won't get past the terms of service on Twitch. That definitely will not work. NAB. What is NAB? What is NAB? National Broadcasters Convention? I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that, actually. And our esports commentators invited. Right, exactly. Well, that's what someone actually said, was like submit it as like SU, and then the next one would be CK space M, and the next one would be Y space N, and then the next one would be UTS, so that you could do. Wow, Jasmine ran fast because she knows I want to grab her and hug her, and squeeze her and call her George. And anyways, yeah, exactly. But thanks guys for tuning in and watching some Tetris 99. Hope you guys weren't disappointed. And again, one of the things that I'm happy about to show is that you can play Tetris 99 through pure speed. Hey, thanks Neo Jeets, much appreciated, sir. But you can play Tetris 99 on pure speed. You don't have to do the stuff that Wumbo and all those guys are doing that are just ridiculous. If you do, you're better. Don't get me wrong. The stuff that Wumbo and those guys do with the T-spins and the DT cannons and all that stuff like that definitely make it so that they can win better than I can. They would have a much more consistent win record than I would have. But again, those guys are like the top tier. Those guys are like the Justin Wongs and Daigo Umaharas, right? But what's good about this is showing that you can win consistently in Tetris 99 by playing fast. By playing fast and just going for Tetrises like I am, and occasional T-spins, nothing crazy. Because what I don't want people is, when they watch the super high level guys, to think that's the only way you can win in Tetris 99. It is definitely not the case. You can win through speed. So I hope people appreciated watching me play. And again, that's my element. Speed Tetris is my element, although I'm still ass at speed Tetris. There's that one Japanese player who is like the fastest Tetris player that is just like, he's just like bing, 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 and I can't do that shit, but at least I'm still decently fast, right? So you can win that way, and I think that that's actually really cool to see. So yes, again, start with the fundamentals, learn the fundamentals. I'll learn T-spin stuff eventually, but I'm really gonna just have to like watch Wumbo's stream and just examine it the whole entire time. Amamiya is exactly the person I'm talking about, Hakanaka. That is exactly the guy that I'm talking about. That guy is ridiculous. On Tetris Effect, there's the line clear challenge, and he's like at fucking like 500 lines or something. It's like, you're just sitting there looking at, like, I'm at like 20 lines, 30 lines, and he's like at like 200 and 300 lines, and I'm like, what? How is that even humanly possible? But in any case, hope you guys had a good time. Hope you guys had a fun time on the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Again, follow and subscribe for more future Tetris content coming up this year. I'm going to be streaming a lot of Tetris coming up this year. And the great thing about it is all four versions of Tetris that I'm playing. Tetris the Grandmaster, Tetris 99, Puyo Puyo Tetris, and Tetris Effect. There are four very distinct different play styles. And that's so cool that I'm playing 4 Tetris games and I'm doing completely different strategies for each one. So no matter which Tetris I'm playing, you're going to be seeing a different strategy and a different mindset and a different way to build the stack. And that's actually kind of cool. So no matter what Tetris I'm playing, you're going to see something very different, and I think that's kind of exciting. So a lot of Tetris to come this year and fighting game content as usual. And then if I just need to relax, don't chase drones. Don't chase drones. I'll be playing games like Spider-Man, and I've got a few other, like Final Fantasy 15 I want to play. I've got Resident Evil 2. I've got to finish Resident Evil 7. So I've got a lot of fun stuff like that coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of streams this year, so thanks for following, thanks for subscribing, thanks for donating and all that stuff like that. You know, I've asked about for donations and subscriptions. I'm going to earn those subscriptions, I promise, by making sure I stream as much as I can and give you guys the content you guys deserve as viewers. So thanks guys for tuning in. Animal Crossing? Probably not. I probably won't play Animal Crossing this year. I've never played an Animal Crossing before, so we'll see. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? But I've got a backlog. I still got to play a whole bunch of stuff. So, in any case, thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks guys for hanging out and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune in for the Tuesday show tomorrow on twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. If I have time, I'll stream something in the afternoon. Before that, I'll get started. And until then, I will see you guys later. Have a good night. I'm going to run some ads at the end of the stream. If you have ad blockers, please turn them off so that I can make some esports pennies. Thanks, guys. Peace out and have a good night. I'll let you guys know in the chat when the ads are done. All right, having a good night. Peace out. And thanks for the sub, Neo Jeets and everybody else.